Yeah, so first ever U.S. default avoided. According to this story, there were like 11 new amendments that House added on, and the Senate just like removed it. So I don't know what those amendments were, but it seemed like they just wanted to get it done, right? No, like I said, no one wants to see the U.S. default, no matter how right or left you are. You don't want to see a default because it would lead to catastrophic things. So it does seem like, yes, even though we're pushed back by 1 day, this is going to be done. Then we don't have to worry about this. So the ceiling that was placed on markets now lifted, right? So that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Um, but if you just like dig a little deeper, then you realize maybe this isn't so good. So one thing I didn't see from the article is how much the debt ceiling is lifted by, because it seems like it's only a temporary solution until 2025. There were a lot of discussions about defense spending, right, which is already enormous, around 900 billion per year, right? So I don't actually know how much is lifted. Probably another 2 billion, because last time they did this was like 2 billion. But if you look at it, it took the United States 215 years to reach 7 trillion worth of debt. And then since March of 2020, after COVID, the US added 7 trillion within 3 years. And we will be going up shortly, possibly to 9 trillion or 10 trillion in the next year or so. So temporarily, short term, avoiding default is very, very good. Long term, we are on a pace that is simply unsustainable, right? I mean, it's clear as day. We wish the price of Bitcoin would do this, but what this is happening is this is robbing everyone of their savings, of their buying power, and diluting what exists. Because all this means there's more money being printed and swashed around and being given out, right, to try to cover the liabilities of the United States, which is now at $31 trillion and continues to go higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. So long term, this is just horrible, absolutely horrible, right? But short term, it needed to get done. Bitcoin, positive signs emerge. I know right now Bitcoin is a little stagnant. People may be wondering, why is it not moving? Like, look at this chart right here. You look at Bitcoin, gold, dollar, and tech stocks. Tech stocks have been doing really well, especially like someone like Nvidia. Tesla's back above 200 again. I think it's like 210 now. Tech stocks have been recovering really well. Gold also went up, but gold, that's like really skewed because it went up by like $20. Okay, so it's not like gold shot up $2,000. No, that's on a scale of just $20. So that's a little misleading. The dollar index is going down, which is good, which is what we want to see. When dollar index goes down, everything goes up, right? But Bitcoin is a little stagnant right now, right? So I know a lot of you guys wondering what's going on with Bitcoin. Why is it not moving? Well, this is the price of admission for Bitcoin. Price of admission for, I take that back. Price of admission for life-changing wealth or generational wealth or even financial freedom. Because if it was that easy to simply just put a few bucks in Bitcoin and expect 10,000% gains within, a matter of weeks, well, then you may want to look at meme coins. That's not how Bitcoin works. Bitcoin is a long-term play, right? Actually, I want to show you this. This is really cool. Whoever created this, really cool. So this shows the halving event cycle, right? And using the Fibonacci spiral. Actually, if you guys look up Fibonacci spiral, a lot of things fit into it. Like a year fits into it, a seashell fits into this. This pattern occurs in nature a lot for some reason. Could be like, what do the people say? It's like God's design, God's pattern, or something like that. Anyways, you could apply it to Bitcoin too with the halving cycle. So every 4 years, there's a halving cycle, and the inflation rate of Bitcoin gets cut down. Start with 50, then 25, then 12.5. We're at 6.25 per block. We will be dropping to 3.125 next year. And then, it starts spiraling down in a big way. You got 1.562, then 0.781, 0.39, 0.195. You get it. It's going to become very, 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 very scarce. Okay, miners are not going to be able to mine that many Bitcoins going forward. That's why they are upping their hash rate, because they're trying to accumulate as much as they can right now. So this is the reason why, there's no fear about Bitcoin, because it can't be inflated. It's not like fiat. It's not like debt. You can't get more of it. Whatever exists is there, and that's it, right? And fundamentals keep getting better. Getting better. So don't worry. There's a lot of metrics that show, it's healthy, it's holding, right? But just remember, history doesn't rhyme, but it tends to repeat, and it has done so every single halving cycle, right? So right now, as we get into the halving 4, which is like roughly 1 year from now, April or May, a little bit less than 1 year, right? What is Bitcoin going to do? Well, just look at it. Before the halving event, it tends to recover and get to a certain point. Like, it looks like it's about like 20% off from top. That's where we will probably head to. And then boom, right afterwards, we get an exponential climb, right? So it's one of those periods where it may be boring, but rest assured, excitement will come in the near future. So stay in there, my friends. Stay strong. Don't give up. Better days are coming. And speaking of fundamentals, Lightning Network, a lot of you guys have heard of Lightning Network, which is it's a layer 2 for Bitcoin, used for microtransactions, making transactions basically feeless and extremely fast, right? Still growing by leaps and bounds. This is part of the growing fundamentals, right? So Voltage, which is a Lightning node provider, they partner with Google Cloud, so that anyone who wants to run a Lightning node could easily do so and spin it up right on Google Cloud instantly, right? So that's fantastic. Even Robert Kennedy Jr., he was speaking recently at the Bitcoin conference. So the Lightning Network opens up exciting future with the guarantee of transactional freedom, which is as important as freedom of speech. Powerful words right there. Powerful words. And of course, Lightning capacity continues to go up. So these are all fantastic stuff. And I mentioned about Bitcoin miners too. The difficulty keeps going up, hash rate keeps going up, because everyone's fighting over the last few Bitcoins that will ever exist. And trust me, the whales and institutions are buying behind the scenes, and reserves are dropping. So definitely a lot of stuff happening.